Good evening, and the question is, who saw some rain tonight? And we're seeing it right now on our Farrah First Alert live radar. This stuff's hanging tough. We really didn't think that it would accumulate this much, but it's coming down in a good clip in some places. So let's zoom in, and the precipitation rate just outside of the city limits of Rincon. You may still have an address of Rincon. It was about a little over 1/10 of an inch per hour, but as I made that little inquiry, it's already moved to the south and to the east, so not going to rain another hour, but in Rincon, you're pretty much done. It was coming down moderate to light, Pembroke 280, just east of Claxton, Ellabelle, Black Creek, less than 1/10 of an inch an hour, but still impactful if you're still out and about when thinking, well, I thought it was going to be dry. Overall, the temperatures are mild, even though there's a slight chill in the air because of those showers, a damp chill. It's 54 in Savannah, dry now, but I imagine that those showers moving out of Rincon down 21, Port Wentworth, you're next, and maybe even this will continue to move down I-16, and we'll get a little 1-2, and it may last a little longer in Savannah. Beaufort, dry, but Bluffton, seeing a little heavier rainfall, but still less than 1/10 of an inch across the area. And once again, temperatures holding near the 50-degree mark, give or take a couple of degrees. So hello from Falkville, and Michael Newell, Michael Newell. I was looking at your profile pic. Statesboro. I was looking at the Statesboro camera and seeing the Georgia Southern camera and seeing those drops on the pond there. And David Kirchinger says that at 2:04 and 17, so already on the south side. So right now we're going to watch those showers, and we'll go hour by hour for you. The only model that picked up on the timing of this was the HRRR, the high resolution model. The other models said we were going to remain dry. So sometimes things overdo things, sometimes things underdo this, but this is the model that we've been using. It's about 4 o'clock, and we're like, oh, looks like it's coming our way, and it looks like it's going to hold together. So this is continue down I-16. You see it passes off the coast. We'll be dry by midnight, and hopefully it doesn't impact too many people out there. And we'll continue to see the clouds around for our Friday morning. We've got a 10% chance. So if you do have anybody at the bus stop, if you're out and about on the roadway, 7 a.m., a windshield wiper use could not be ruled out once or twice if you're on 21, maybe coming out of Sylvania. If you try, we had an engineer that worked here for 30 plus years, and he lived in Sylvania the whole time he worked here, which I thought was amazing. And so if you are traveling on 21 into Effingham or all the way to Savannah, your morning commute may start wet, but by the time you make it to Savannah, you won't have to use those windshield wipers. They'll be few and far between in the morning, and then we'll bump it up to 20% in the afternoon. And you can see that's going to be south of 16. We've got a warm, moist air mass streaming in from the southwest. So I'm trying to pick up on some little sprinkles. Sometimes the camera doesn't pick up very well, especially in the dark, but you can see the pond there kind of glistening in the light. And once again, Statesboro 50 and Hinesville 50. It's 54, 53 in Savannah. So a 20% chance as we head into Friday morning. 10, 20 really. I'll go 10 because I think this is for the whole day, the 20. 45, 45, so not as cold as what we woke up to this morning. And right now we're looking at 49 by 8 o'clock. Mix of sun and clouds. I think it's going to be a little cloudier than this icon represents. By the afternoon, we'll go up to 20. So like I said, in the morning, 10, in the afternoon, 20. So our temperatures, though, even though we'll have mostly cloudy skies throughout the day, 69 Jessup, 65 Rincon, 62 Beaufort, and 65 Ridgeland. So like I said, this has clearing skies already, so we're going to use this as an overall view of the overarching cold front that we're really tracking that'll impact us Saturday into Sunday. So Friday morning, spotty showers, mostly cloudy. We'll see those clouds thicken throughout the day. Friday night at 9 o'clock, can't rule out a passing shower as well. Overnight into Saturday morning, clouds around. We get a break in the clouds. That'll be really nice. Right around lunchtime, do your thing. Don't worry about any sort of shower activity. So maybe a passing sprinkle in the morning and you're thinking, oh, I got to go into town and I got to do my errands. You'll be fine by the time you make it there. Have your lunch break. Then if you're in Savannah and you're heading westbound on 16, 4 o'clock, takes you an hour to get home, whether you live in Toombs, whether you live in Statesboro, I think you're okay. A well-defined line of this cold front, and it's going to be blowing through the coastal empire and low country pretty much starting, let's back time this a little bit. Let's go 8 o'clock starting in our western communities, moving down I-16, and I'm picking this up. This is a wider model. This is the 25K resolution, so this goes out farther into the future, but it's a little less defined. So like I showed you, let me blow past this real quick. So this is Friday with a passing shower, a 20% chance of a passing shower later in the day, maybe some sprinkles Saturday morning, mostly cloudy. That breaks up, and then that line starts to push through. This is 4 o'clock. Well defined as it moves down I-16. Let's start 8 o'clock for our western communities, getting that rain and some heavy stuff pretty much overnight if you have Saturday. So this is 9 p.m. See the difference? But I wanted to show you this goes out further. So this is 4:30 in the morning with some of the heavier stuff already off the coastline. And then as we pause it here at 9:30 in the morning, clearing back to the west in Macon, still cloudy throughout the coastal empire and low country with showers lingering along I-95 and the coast. This is 9:30 in the morning. I'd still recommend taking some rain gear. You'll have some puddles around even if it's not raining if you're going to early morning services. And then by lunchtime, clear conditions and the clouds still lingering but dry along the coast. And the winds will start to pick up significantly. We could have 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts Sunday afternoon. So not just cold Monday, but it'll be brisk Sunday afternoon, and those temperatures will start to tumble as we head into our freezing temperatures on Monday, MLK Day. So if you are partaking in the parade, if you are watching, you need to bundle up. It's going to be cold and it's going to be breezy even on Monday morning. So hi there. Billy Schwartz, he's in North Bryan, and he says a couple of rain, starting to rain in Bacon County. Thank you, Eunice, for that update. I'm good, Stephen. Bring me some snow. So greedy, Stephen. It's still possible. It's still possible. So I will do my best. Oh, I'm so sorry, Stephen. But your brother had a birthday, so happy birthday to your brother. What do you think about snow prediction for next week? Nope, Gary. So here we are through Thursday. Friday, we're going to start to dry out, so no snow for next week. But we are going to have we're going to have lots of temperature fluctuations. We go from 74 to 59 to 50. We see that gradual warm up. Here's the next cold front. Then we go down to 49, 60. After that, it's going to be a chilly Friday. And not just this weekend, but next weekend, we're looking at rain and a cold rain at that. So no snow for next week, Gary. It's raining in Statesboro. All right, cool. And Stacy Hatcher McNelly says, hi from Effingham County. Hi, how are you? Okay, so like I said earlier, there's always a chance that some models will bring in some snow. But at this point in time, it's not going to happen in the 7-day. And it's not going to happen in the 8-day, which is Friday. And it's going to be cold and wet next weekend. And so this is the same system, and the Weather Channel names their systems. I forget what Daphne maybe they named it. This is the same system that's going to bring our rain and wind and temperature drop Sunday into Monday. This is going to move up the East Coast as a strong system, and some places, upstate New York, 2 feet of snow. They've got sleet predicted. It's going to be a nasty weather system. And then we see our rain Wednesday, Thursday, just rain. And then next weekend beyond, another system which could be not as strong, but that's back-to-back 2 weekends where the Northeast, maybe even as far south as the upstate of South Carolina into Charlotte in North Carolina, could see some snow. But it does not look like in the cards. I'll go out on a limb. I'm not really going out on a limb. It does not look like it's in the cards for us through the end of January. There are some close calls, and I know a couple models were not fluctuating, floating around out there. And sometimes one model run says, yeah, we're going to get really cold. Combined with that rain, it's possible. So, I mean, with these temperature swings and these fronts moving through, it's always possible. But I think through January, we will remain on the wet side, not the frozen wet side. It's still going to happen in February. We're still going to see those temperature swings. We're still going to see those fluctuations and patterns. And so don't lose hope, but don't put all your stock into a couple of different pictures that are floating around. So I even posted 2-3 days ago that the wind chill on Monday would be down in the teens. It's most likely going to be down into the low 20s. So still with a stiff wind at freezing temperatures, it may feel like the 20s on Monday morning. So not single digits and not the teens. And that was the European model. You know, a lot of people, the European model is doing a lot better than the GFS, which is the American model. So that happens. But like I said, don't think that we're going to be having any snow. Definitely not in the 7-day nor the 12-day that I could see, and that takes us out to almost the end of January. So kind of out on a limb, but I kind of have an idea that we're not going to see any snow through the month of January. Cool? Let's see. How cold will Monday morning with the wind chill? Okay, great. So Rebecca, I kind of just answered that. You know, I did post the possibility of seeing some teens and single-digit wind chills on Monday, but with this front blowing through and being dry by 2 p.m. Sunday, the wind will be whipping Sunday afternoon and kind of dying down a little bit more than if it had stayed along the coast a little longer. So wind chills, Rebecca, 32 will most likely feel like the 20s. Middle 20s for some. So west of 95, Statesboro, your morning low is probably going to be 27. It may feel like 19. So upper teens cannot be ruled out as well if those winds are still stiff, because this is a strong front that's going to really take us out of the 70s with highs only into the 50s. No problem, Rebecca. Stay warm. And watching from Alma, all right, got some peeps in our blueberry country, and really appreciate y'all joining. Not a lot of questions tonight. We'll just see how really Saturday plays out into Sunday. I mean, we're not pulling any punches here, but final answer: no snow in the 7-day. No snow next week. Okay. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you so much, by the way, whoever did go to my personal page, the WTOC Jamie professional page, and wish my Swanee baby a happy birthday. She's 10. I love her to death. And yeah, she's spoiled. She's my fur baby. Thank you so much for joining this Facebook Live, and hopefully you stay relatively warm tonight. It's not going to be no freezing temperatures out there for our morning lows, but it's just a tad damp out there in Savannah. I know it's wet back to the west. All right, so we will see y'all later, and hopefully you'll join us for the news at 11. Good night.